Yeah, you just said you were on stuff you shouldn't have been on. What is that in reference to?
Oh,
I can't believe I don't know about this. I'm gonna have to go watch it
oh yeah, I'll
immediately.
warn you. It's a pretty cringe video, but it's out there. Obviously, where a lot of it's so dramatic. Like I think there's always going to be people that are like interested in it. And sometimes even if I see something that seems really crazy, it's like you kind of like are inclined, I guess, to click on it because it's like, what? Like, what is happening with that? Some of them have apparently like messaged my moderators and even kind of like targeted them.
They
It's
benefit from
crazy.
the outrage, but we'd all benefit if
Yeah.
they would just shush. Like,
I
just be quiet.
know. Yeah, it's like they're just making a lot of people mad.
Hello and welcome to Skovcast. Today I am here with the lovely Eugenia Cooney. Hi.
Oh, yay. Hi. Thank you for having me here today.
Well, thank you for being here.
Of course.
So, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good right now. How's everything in your world?
Oh, beautiful. Besides the
Oh,
issues that we were having
good.
trying to get everything set up and
Oh, I
technical
know the
problems.
technical problems. It's like, oh, it's I wish computers wouldn't have to be so annoying, but at
Honestly,
least
me
they
too.
seem to be working now.
Yeah, I hope so. Unless, like, we do this whole thing and then it turns out, like, there's no recording.
Oh no, I hope not.
This is your second time on my channel, actually.
It is. Yeah, thank you for having me back.
Well, I enjoyed the first time, although it was a lot more of a serious conversation. I'm hoping this one's going to be a little bit more lighthearted, a little
Oh,
bit more
yay.
fun.
Yes, sometimes internet drama definitely can be like really crazy, but I thought the video turned out super, super good and you were so nice about everything. So thank you for making like a nice video and, like actually like hearing me out on stuff and everything.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the video. I know a lot of
Of
people
course.
didn't, but then I kind of figured out the people that didn't came from Reddit, and the rest of the
Oh,
world seemed
that
okay
makes
with
so
it.
much sense. Yeah. So Reddit, I kind of feel like anything that is like not like super, super negative, they're gonna be like, that's bad. So
Yeah,
like,
we will be continuing with this episode, but before that, I want to let you guys know about Online Makeup Academy, who are sponsoring today's video. Online Makeup Academy is exactly what it sounds like. They offer online courses for learning makeup. But these aren't just like any old makeup tutorials, they are an award-winning academy, and the curriculum is taught by New York industry professionals, so it's really legit. They go all the way from basics to advanced techniques and just teach you everything that you need to know to work in the industry. And at the end of doing one of these courses, you'll even get a professional certificate. Obviously, though, it's not just about the certificate that you receive, it's about the skills that you learn in these classes. So they have loads of different options of programs: makeup master's program, beginner, advanced, teaching things like editorial makeup, bridal makeup, high fashion, and they even have a hair course too. The course that I'm actually doing is the special effects makeup course, which I've been enjoying so much. It's just been really in depth and really great, just so interesting to learn. Both my course and all the other courses that are available on their website go really in depth into all the skills that you need. And you get personal video guidance with your instructor, as well as personalized video feedback. And as far as I'm aware, these are the only school that actually do that. Like, have the instructor record a video telling you what you can improve and sending it to you. And I just think that's so useful. Like, you're not just submitting your assignments into the void, somebody's actually reviewing them and helping you to increase your skills. And not only that, even when you finish the course, you get post-graduation mentorship and guidance and lifetime access to the course. So if you ever need to, you can just go back and review the stuff. And like I said, it is really in-depth. It gives you all the skills you need. You deal with different facial shapes, skin tones, ethnicities, and I think they really do a great job of teaching you how to understand the makeup, not just telling you you do this and do this so that you can only do one look. They give you everything you need to know to just do any look that you possibly need. And they even go into all the other important bits that you need to know if you actually want to work in the industry, like sanitation, including COVID guidelines, etiquette, and how to work with clients and things like that. So it's just literally everything that you need to know to work in the industry, as well as the makeup, they tell you. It is just a fantastic course. It's really fun, and I'm really glad that I get to do the special effects course now because it's something I've always wanted to do, but I haven't really had time with my schedule schedule, and this is really great in that it's self-paced. So even though I'm super busy, I can just take my time with it, submit my assignments when I submit them, and then I'll still get the personalized feedback. And actually, a really, really cool benefit that you get as well is a pro card, which gives you 40% off different partners of Online Makeup Academy. So these are things like Makeup Forever, Anastasia Beverly Hills, different brands like that. So why would you not want the 40% off? It's fantastic. Anyway, I thought it'd be fun to just very quickly show you one of the first things that I learned in this course. Obviously, it gets more intense and more difficult as you go on. And also what you learn is going to be dependent on which course you take. So whether you're doing, you know, beauty makeup or you're doing the special effects like I am. So I'm just going to show you guys like a really quick bruise because I think it's fun. That's the very first thing that I learned, and it was just really fun to do. Beyond that, I've been doing things like working with scars, doing different ways of doing scars, making somebody look sick or dead or like they are freezing to death, and even developing whole characters, which I haven't gotten to yet, but I'm very excited to. They did teach us how to mix our own colors for doing a bruise, but just for quickness, I'm gonna just use the bruise wheel that I got. I already cleaned the bit of my face that I'm working on, so just starting off with the darkest colors in the center, which I mixed together nicely to get the exact color I wanted. Going in very lightly with a little bit of yellowy green, lightly adding some of the darker parts back in the center where I imagined the impact would be, and just adding some swelling around the eye, since if you got punched here, your eye would probably swell a little bit. I'm just gonna add some finishing touches to make me look a little bit more upset about getting punched in the face. Also been learning how to do like little cuts and scars and things like that. Now I have learned how to do them with liquid latex and scar putty and things like that, but I've also learned how to do little 2D ones for, you know, quicker looks, which I'll show you now because it's quicker. Added a bit of extra detail, another fun bit, which is the blood. And there I'm looking sufficiently battered with the very, very quick version of a little cut and a bruise. Anyway, they are just a fantastic academy for learning to do makeup, whether it's editorial, high fashion, bridal, or special effects. I really would recommend it. I've been really enjoying my course and I'm so glad that I get to do this finally in a way that suits me. So there is a link in my description for you to check out onlinemakeupacademy.com, and just for you guys there is also a little discount code down there for you to use. Again, it's onlinemakeupacademy.com. Check out the description for both the link and the discount code. Thank you so much to Online Makeup Academy for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get on with the rest of the episode. Every time.
I'm glad at least there was like a lot of positive people and stuff too.
Yeah, there was. And then some, you know, like okay feedback of people saying, hey, the background music's too loud. Could you knock it off? I was like, okay, that's fine.
Oh, I get that sometimes too, like even on my channel.
I'm kind of curious what your process is. You still edit your own videos and everything, right?
I do. I had an editor for like a little bit of time, but now I'm just kind of back to like editing my own videos. So yeah, I use Final Cut, like just my Mac. And yeah, I just kind of will film a bunch of stuff and then just kind of watch it back and edit it. And usually take me, I mean, I guess it kind of depends on the video, but I guess I'd usually say probably like a few hours. Usually.
Yeah, I saw Final Cut and I was like, this is not for me. But I think
Really?
people like misjudge as well, like how much of doing YouTube is literally just editing. Like it's not just the fun part of filming the video and having
So
fun.
true.
It's like the editing and
That's
the comments.
so true. Yeah, like I feel like sometimes it's like, I guess people just kind of assume it's like really easy to make videos because you just film like a 10-minute video or like whatever. But it's like, it's not, because like, you know, the editing, I feel like I feel the same way. It's like the majority of the time, at least for me, is kind of like spent on that. So like, yeah, that definitely is like the longest part for sure.
I was going to ask you though, because one of the big criticisms that I got from my video that I did with you was that I did not grill you hard enough. And that I didn't ask you more difficult questions.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just going to ask you like all the really difficult questions today. And I had a list,
I see.
but I've lost the list. So I've forgotten the list. So I'm just going to ask you right now, right here, right now, the worst question I possibly could. Which YouTubers do you actually watch?
What YouTubers do I watch? Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a tough one. Like honestly,
really
I'll
difficult.
kind of watch I don't know, like I'll kind of like sometimes watch a lot of YouTube and other times like not watch that much really. So a lot of time I'm just kind of watching like what's in my recommended or like watching like random like makeup videos and things like that. Do you watch a lot of YouTube or
I do. I mean, I
that's
grew
awesome.
up just like watching it instead of TV, and now I think I still kind of do that, but I don't have as much time now because usually when I am
Yeah,
watching videos, it's like research, it's
I get
work.
that because like sometimes like I don't know, I feel like I'll kind of be the same way because sometimes it just kind of seems like there's not even all that much time to actually like sit down and like watch stuff. So sometimes I'm kind of like I'll feel like I have like no idea what's going on.
No, I'm like that as well. Honestly, I'm a drama channel technically, but like at the
Uh-huh.
moment I'm so disconnected from everything. I like don't know what's going on at all. Like
Oh,
people
it's
kept talking about
okay.
Andrew Tate, and I'm like, who is this? I don't know.
Yeah. I keep hearing about his name and like so much about him, but to be honest, like I know like very, very little like about the guy.
I just know he was banned off everything. That's it.
That's what I heard too. Like, yeah, apparently YouTube just banned him, and I think Twitch banned him. It's like I think he's like I
Gone.
don't know what it was exactly he did that got him banned, but sounds like he is like yeah, banned everywhere. It's crazy.
I feel like us not knowing what he's done is going to prompt people to be like, they're supporting this horrible
Yeah, like I
person.
was on like Twitch last night actually, and like there was all these people bringing up Andrew Tate. And it was really crazy because like first people wanted me to like watch videos of him to kind of like know like who he is or like whatever. And I played like one um and then people got mad at me for playing his video because they were like, "Oh, so you're triggering people and this and that." And I'm like,
Oh dear
I know
God.
you guys like I can't really give you guys an opinion if I don't see like what the guy's all about. But I don't know. I just kind of watched one. I guess like he talks a lot about the stuff with like women, I think, and like
Well, what did he say?
I only saw like one video and I was kind of also reading chat. So I don't remember like everything. I think kind of from what I've seen that we kind of I guess is like I saw one like that was like separate than last night where I think he was just kind of going on about how like women like should all be like staying home with the kids basically and it seems like he
Okay.
very much kind of has like that mentality kind of
Mm-hmm.
like I guess like they shouldn't have like big jobs or they should I guess like just be like married with like taking care of the kids. I don't know, it seems like I don't know if he was like trolling or what. Like it seems like a lot of people say he's like serious though with a lot of the statements, but I don't really know like a ton about him really. I've just kind of seen like little clips here and there.
And I think
And
there are like people who genuinely think that stuff though. Like I think
that's
half of them are just
yeah,
doing it for attention, but
that's the thing. Like I don't know if he's just kind of like a troll or like if he's like for real or what. Like, but yeah, I guess there still kind of are a lot of people like with that mindset. So who
mm.
knows?
Well, by his standards, we're both failing at life, I
I guess
guess.
we both
Horribly.
are. I mean, I guess like we're both unmarried with no kids and
Well, I have
like
cats. Does that count?
hey, yeah, I have a dog, so it's like
It's the
sometimes I'm
same.
like, yeah, it's like sometimes I feel like I'd rather have animals anyway. So it's like, like whatever.
Kids are a lot more difficult. So, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't
definitely.
think that's something you want to do just because some man on the internet says that's what
See,
women are
that's kind of
supposed to
how
do.
I see it. Like, I'm kind of like, I don't really feel like it's like for everybody. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes I'll even get like a lot of like people on the internet too that will like, I feel like judge me a lot for that and be like, oh, yeah, you don't have children, you're not doing this or that. But it's like, I don't know. I don't really feel like it is kind of like for everyone.
You get like everything thrown at you.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, I can't win no matter what. It's like, it's
Yeah. That argument's
crazy.
always so weird to me, though. It's like, oh,
I feel
well,
the
you
same
should have
way.
kids. But, like, if you don't want them, why? Like, even if you change your mind, right? You don't want them right now. So
Exactly.
that kid's gonna grow up unwanted. That's not
And
nice.
that's the thing. Like, I feel like that's kind of unfair even to the kids. That it's like, I kind of feel like if everyone's just having kids and even people that don't even like actually want them, then it's like it's not really like the best situation because like I would think like it's better that like parents are raising kids that like actually really want to be like good parents and actually like really want kids. And there's so many parents that do. So it's kind of like, if some people don't, like, I don't know, I don't really see why it's gonna be like such a problem to people.
People like to have a say on other people's lives, which is really unfortunate.
Exactly. I think you're definitely right about that. Like a lot of time I think it's just like, yeah, some of these like people, they just kind of think they know everything about everyone and what everyone should be doing.
Have you ever watched Mac Does It, by the way? Because this just reminded me of a video of his.
Mac does it? I actually don't think I have.
He's great anyway. I think you would like
I'll
him.
have
I
to
don't
check
know
him
why I think
out.
you would, but I think everybody would. But he had this video recently. He does this series of like reacting to anti-gay stuff. And he had one
Really?
video that just reminds me of like what you're talking about with the Andrew Tate, of this guy talking
Oh
about
my gosh, that's crazy.
I can't remember what he was saying, but it was like bizarre. He was talking about, I'm so sorry for this, but he was going, I think a man having sex with another man is disgusting. But I think a
Really?
woman having sex with a woman is attractive. I'm like, oh my god, what's your
Oh my
point?
gosh, that is like, I don't really know what he's trying to prove there. That sounds crazy.
It's just like these people just feel like they have to have an opinion on
I think
everything.
so. I think like there's some people that like they just kind of always want to insert their opinion in there. And it kind of seems like, which, like, again, I guess I can't really judge too much with like Andrew Tate because I haven't seen like very much of the guy at all. But it seems like from what I have seen, kind of with this guy you're talking about, like, kind of seems like, I don't know, some of these people, they do just kind of want to have like this like crazy opinion. Because like I think they know it will kind of get a reaction out of people
Mm-hmm.
and it gets them like I guess like views or like attention or whatever because it just kind of like outrages people it seems like so
Yeah, they
it's
benefit from
crazy.
the outrage, but we'd all benefit if
Yeah,
they would just shush. Like,
I
just be quiet.
know, yeah, it's like they're just making a lot of people mad.
Hmm.
And I guess with Andrew it's like he's banned now so it's like oh that is like that's
Didn't really work
insane.
out for him, did it?
Yeah, it's like I guess he might have gone a little bit too far. Like if you're actually getting like banned off of everywhere, like that's not what you want to happen.
I'd probably need to look a bit deeper into what he's actually said and done
Yeah,
before I could
honestly,
put any kind of
same. Like,
judgment.
yeah, because like I don't know, like yeah, I know some people are kind of mad at me. It seems like for even not knowing, but then when I tried to figure it out, people got mad. So I don't know, maybe just like in my own time, like same here. I'll just have to look a little bit more into the guy because I feel like he is like kind of the talk of the internet right now. It's like I go on
Mm-hmm.
Twitter or YouTube or anywhere, it's like Andrew Tate.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's at the moment it's Andrew Tate, Deaf Noodles, and somebody called
Yeah,
Keffals.
Keffals. Okay, Deaf Noodles, I've definitely been hearing like
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff. Keffals I actually haven't heard of.
Keffals, I just did research on this yesterday. So
Hmm.
she's a streamer as well. She does like political stuff. And she
Okay.
got doxxed recently and then swatted, and she's trying
Oh
to take down Kiwi
no.
Farms because of that. 'Cause she got doxxed on Kiwi Farms.
Oh yeah, I've actually like had people do stuff to me on there too, and like it's like I don't know what it is of people on there. There are like some very, very like obsessive, scary people on there. So I'm so sorry she went through that. That actually sounds pretty bad, but I hope she gets it all sorted out. Like it's crazy with some of these people sometimes.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen. I'm saying this like it's so surprising. I'm not like an active Kiwi Farms reader, but I
Oh
haven't
no, you're
seen
not
your
missing
thread
out.
on Kiwi Farms. Like, what have they said about you there?
Yeah, honestly, I don't even really read it all that much. I know there is like I think a thread that it's kind of crazy. I think it's been going on for like the last few years and it will kind of be faster and slow down or whatever. But like my biggest thing with them is like I've had like some of my Twitch mods and stuff like that like message me about like a Kiwi Farms group, which it's like I don't know if they have like a private Discord or like where they do some of the stuff. I know I have seen like in the past, so, like they have like posted all like where I live and just like really personal information. Which that's kind of like not great, but I guess it's not the only place it's been posted. But some of them have apparently like messaged my moderators and even kind of like targeted them. Like they've I can't remember because it was like a while ago, but I don't remember exactly what they've done, but they found out like where they lived. I think they've sent like some of them things at her house. Um
God.
yeah, just like really, really strange stuff. And then I think there was one too, which like I'm not positive this is where this happened, but that was apparently even being kind of like creepy to like some of my like fans and stuff. And then it's crazy because then people kind of always like bring that back to me and kind of like want to blame me for it later on. But it's like, I don't even know this stuff is going on. Like, I don't participate in Kiwi Farms. Like, obviously, I never want that kind of thing happening. But it's like, I guess it's kind of too bad for my end because like, I never want them to like start targeting like my fans, especially, or my moderators or any of those people. So it's kind of like, if they're gonna harass anyone, I kind of wish they would just kind of like, just do it with me, since apparently I'm the one they have the issue with. But it's like, I hate to hear to like even giving other people problems. So I don't know. Like it kind of like from what I've seen, like it seems like they're kind of like almost like a worse like 4chan kind of, but I don't know. I don't really actively go on there really, but that's just kind of what I've seen and a little bit of like what I heard and stuff.
That's pretty
So
awful that they're like targeting people who are
yeah,
just related to you. Like it's not
that's where
even
I
I mean
feel
it's bad
so
that they target
bad.
you as well, but you know what I mean? Like they're
No, I
just
totally get what you
expanding the
mean. Because I guess like with me at this point, I kind of get where like I put myself out there. Like there's unfortunately always going to be these kind of people that I think kind of like target me in that way, which it's too bad they got to do it. But I guess I just kind of got to try to accept it. But then it's like where they go after like these other people that are like, totally innocent and anything and are just kind of people that like support me or are fans of mine or like whatever. It's like, oh, that's when I feel like especially bad because, they're not even like trying to like be, I feel like in that position, like online or, they're just kind of people just like living their lives. And yeah, it's too bad that like, I don't know, like that's where I kind of feel like some of them kind of start crossing the line there.
hmm I think a lot of them do tend to cross the line. Like, obviously, doxing in any form is just horrible. And they're
I
supposed to have,
agree.
like, rules against, they call it, I think they call it cow tipping, like going and contacting the
I
person or people
see.
related to the person. So I guess
Yeah,
they're not
I honestly
following
think
that.
they should because it's like, you know, it's just kind of like when it actually starts like interfering with like people's lives.
hmm
And like it's gotten to the point with some of my mods, they had to have like cops involved and like
Oh,
crazy
God.
stuff. So it's like that's where I just kind of feel like they kind of should have rules against that because it's like actually interfering with people's like real lives.
Mm.
So it's scary. It's just like I don't know what some of these people get out of doing that. And I mean, I think it's good if the site is trying to prevent that. But then when I'm hearing those kind of stories, and then apparently the groups like from that site kind of makes me like question like how much they're really like enforcing those rules. Cause like, oh yeah, I just feel so bad hearing that kind of thing is like going on.
Yeah, no, it is just
So
like,
crazy.
it's a weird site. I don't like look at it ever really. The only time I really looked at it was for like stuff I was covering before, like a
Oh,
specific
yeah, no,
person.
I understand that because, like, even I've been on it, like, when, I've had people kind of like point out the threat of me or like things that are being said or whatever.
On the topic of Kiwi Farms, then, because it is in some ways kind of just a gossip site, I
Yeah.
want to know, this is my hard, difficult question for you. How much do you actually keep up with gossip?
Oh, this is a tough one. But like in terms of my gossip or in terms of like internet gossip?
Both. Let's. I meant internet gossip, but let's start with you because I kind of want to know like how much time out of your day it actually takes up. Because I think for other
Yeah,
people, all they think is like that.
sometimes I'm kind of weird with it. Where like sometimes, honestly, I won't lie. I feel like I do get kind of like sucked into it a bit because I don't know. I mean, I know like some of people kind of blame that for me, and I guess like to some degree it kind of is like my fault because I guess I am the one going and reading it, and I don't have to do that. But I feel like sometimes it's just like whether, because I feel like probably most people on social media, it's like we're gonna look at our Twitter or like our Instagram or our comments or whatever. So it's like, sometimes I'm just gonna end up seeing this stuff or hearing about the kind of crazy rumors. And sometimes even if I'm streaming, people are like, oh, Eugenia, like what's going on with this? Like, and then I find out a lot of time that stuff kind of does like originate from like Reddit. So then, I feel like I do kind of get curious, and sometimes I probably do look more than I should. And then sometimes too, like a reason sometimes I kind of feel like I almost have to, is some of them will actually start like hardcore, like almost like targeting my platforms and like trying to like deplatform me. Like they'll like false report me, they'll do crazy things like that. And that gets to the point where like some platforms, I feel like they actually look into things and they do a good job of that, so it won't really interfere with me too much. But there's some of them like TikTok. I don't know if you know what happened to like my old account, but I had it like, I don't even know. I think it may have been a glitch because it's kind of a long story and it doesn't really say I'm banned, but it says I'm like locked out. So it's like weird. But I had like other accounts that I made after that were like new ones that they would just automatically get banned because of these people like false reporting. It's like I won't break TOS, anything like that. And that's like where it gets a little bit complicated. Is like sometimes like, and in most cases, even with that, I usually can appeal and like usually it ends up being okay. But sometimes some of these people like actually make things like hard for me, like in that sense. So then it's kind of like I feel like I kind of almost have to know what's going on because, I kind of have to try to, I guess, like, I don't even really know how much I always can do to prevent it, really. But I guess at least I kind of know, like, if this is happening or that's happening, like, why it's like going on. Because yeah, it's just like really annoying sometimes. And then other times, like, sometimes I kind of feel like when you do really focus on it, though, like, there definitely are days and times that it kind of can like lead you to feel kind of like stressed out and stuff just because you're reading so much negative about yourself and just like so many people that just seem like they really hate you and just like believe that you're like the worst person ever, basically. So I definitely also do have like days and times where like I kind of don't really look at it because I feel like you don't always really want to see that stuff. And in terms of like actual internet gossip, I guess like I'll somewhat keep up with stuff sometimes. Like I'll notice that YouTube kind of will recommend me like a lot of drama videos for some reason. So sometimes I'll click and kind of like see what's going on. Sometimes I'll kind of feel like there's just so much drama, like in general on the internet, that it's kind of hard to even keep up with everything or always know everything going on. Or sometimes you kind of feel like you just caught up on one thing and there's like a whole another thing going on now. So I guess I'll kind of somewhat keep up, but there's definitely a lot of it I probably miss out on at the same time.
Wasn't there that thing in the Shane documentary? He said you guys were going to do some series together, like he'd just fill you in on drama and internet culture.
Yeah, because I guess like during that time I was so off the internet that like I had no idea what was going on. And I think that was like when, yeah, there was some pretty, it sounds like crazy things going on online. And like, I literally had like no idea.
Was that ever like a serious idea or it was just like kind of a joke?
I think it was like we did the video, but I think we did it kind of more like joking around, like, kind of like just in like a fun way, kind of. So it was fun making it. But yeah, literally, like, there is so much that like I literally had no clue was like happening in the world.
I think that would be kind of a fun series, though, to be honest, if you guys ever did it.
I think that's kind of like a fun way to do it. And it kind of makes it like, and I feel like in a way, like the drama like a little bit lighter. And like, because sometimes I feel like it can be like nowadays, it's like such serious stuff. It's like, whoa, like some really, really serious accusations with people sometimes. So
yeah, there's a lot of really serious stuff, but sometimes there's like silly drama and it makes it like a little bit easier.
And I feel like sometimes that can be more fun. And like, it kind of seemed like that's like more how like we did the video. So yeah, like it was fun doing it. And it caught me up a little bit. I feel like I was like so like I had no idea what was going on with so much stuff. Like I was totally out of the loop. So Yeah, it catches me up.
Oh my god, do you want to do a video, me and you, and I will tell you like a specific like niche drama that I'm like really
That
invested in
would
or
be really
something?
fun. Yeah,
We
that'd
could
be
do that.
awesome.
I think that
Because we
would be
should do
cool to do.
that. I agree. I think that'd be really fun.
It would be silly as well, like a nice
It would
lighthearted break from
be.
the seriousness.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and I hope that like it sounds like you've been enjoying all that. So like that's awesome.
Yeah,
I
it's
could see how
not.
that could be more fun because like I don't know. I feel like kind of like the last year or two, especially, it's like some of the online drama, it's just been like so intense.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of stuff just kind of escalated. Like the genre
Yeah.
of drama itself. I said that really weird. Genre of drama itself,
Oh,
where it's like, content creators kind of want to do more and more and more. And then with drama, it
yeah,
kind of became like they're looking for the biggest story and it always has to be bigger and bigger and bigger. So they focus more on like the
totally.
really serious stuff. But I think
Yeah.
audiences like are getting kind of tired of that being all they watch. Like they want to know, but they don't want to just only take that in. They want to have some fun and lightheartedness as
I
well.
agree. I could definitely imagine that because I mean, I think like yeah, you're definitely right. Like I think like obviously where a lot of it's so dramatic, like I think there's always going to be people that are like interested in it. And sometimes even if I see something that seems really crazy, it's like you kind of like are inclined, I guess, to click on it because it's like, what? Like, what is happening with that? But I can see what you're saying that like I think it's probably something though that like, people aren't always going to be in the mood to like watch something really serious. And sometimes it is just kind of nice to just kind of watch things that's like a little bit more fun and like something where, it's not, I guess, like as serious or like heavy as a topic. Cause sometimes I don't know, like that drama, it's like it's very intense with some things. So it's crazy.
Well, I do watch a lot of drama, obviously, but at the same time, I'm also
That's
really enjoying like vlogs and stuff. It's so nice just
awesome.
watching somebody just like
Yeah,
do
that kind
stuff.
of stuff can be super nice to watch.
Yeah, I've seen you've been like doing
Yeah.
stuff at the beach and everything, right?
I have been, yeah. Been
That
kind
looks
of
so
like
much
doing
fun.
some vlog type of videos, and it's fun. Like it seemed like for a while, like people are kind of asking me to do more vlogs and videos like that because I always like doing like outfits and makeup and stuff like that because it's always been, something I'm really like interested in, just like into. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of fun too to like sometimes do something like different, and sometimes where I think like you are doing something different it will seem like your audience is maybe like a little bit more interested sometimes because I guess it's like not what they're always just used to seeing you doing, and it's not just like the same thing all the time.
Mhm.
So
You
that's
gotta keep
cool. It's
them engaged, excited,
exactly, yeah. You got to
but
keep
in
them
like a
guessing, I
positive
guess.
way.
Exactly.
So, because we mentioned the Shane Dawson thing, I saw a
Uh-huh.
lot of people have been rewatching the series and like making videos about it and stuff. Have you seen that or
I think I might know what you're talking about. So you talk about the series with me or just like in general?
the series that I think it was one video, wasn't it, that Shane did with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've seen like people are rewatching it and making videos about it again because I
I
don't know
saw
how many
that
years old it is,
too.
but
Yeah, and like I saw like I don't know how many people are currently doing it. I did see one channel do it, which I'm not sure if we saw the same video. We might have, but probably. And it's like I don't really know like what to I guess think about this new video the person made because like I feel bad because like I feel like Shane is like a really great person, and then like anytime like I've hung out with him or talked to him, he's always like so sweet to me. So I really feel like he had good intentions and didn't like mean to like, do anything at all wrong in our video. And like was just, actually trying to make more of a positive video than so many people have made. And like I'm not also trying to bash like the person that did make this video because, like I definitely don't want Shane getting hate. Like if anything, I feel like worse about that because I don't feel like he deserves that. But I think like I don't think this person with this video is like trying to be mean to me in it. So it's like maybe they just kind of watched it and kind of got like the wrong vibe and had like their criticisms or whatever. So I'm also definitely not trying to like attack them or say anything like mean towards them or anything like that. But I do like believe that Shane is a really, really good person. And like when I've hung out with him or talked to him, or even when he did make the video with me, like he was so sweet to me. So I just really only have like good things to say with him.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people at the moment really are not on his side. So that video was before
Oh,
everything that happened with him, I think. I have timelines are
yeah. I
difficult.
guess like, I mean, like I saw now, I think Shane's doing a podcast and stuff now. And I guess a lot of people are doing a lot of stuff. And I'm glad to see it seems like he's getting like a lot of love and like support like from his fans, because I definitely think he deserves that. But I guess at the same time, there's kind of always going to be those people that, are going to be like the more hateful ones and will kind of like make videos really criticizing people. And I guess sometimes too, even just not even just people making videos, but just some of like the commentators, like the comments and all that. Like, I guess there's just always going to be people too that will be like pretty negative. So maybe that's why suddenly there's like people making videos, or because yeah, it seems kind of sudden too, where it's like I think now the video is like 3 years old or something like
Is
that.
it
So
that
it's like
old? Oh my
I
god.
think so, like 2 or 3 years ago or something. So it's like it's kind of crazy that like I guess people are talking about it now so much.
Have you gone back and watched it since it was made?
Like I've seen it like not really recently, really, like kind of way back, like when it released.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, but not really recently. I guess for like now it's I guess a pretty long time ago.
I can't believe how old that video is. I feel ancient now that you've said that. Why
Yeah, it's
would you say
crazy.
that?
It's like sometimes I kind of feel like since COVID too, it's like time
Yeah.
has gone by like so fast. Like it's insane to think about.
Yeah, time has like absolutely no meaning now because of
Right?
COVID. We all
It's
lost
like I
like two
can't even
years.
believe that's how I feel. I feel like the last few years they just like flew by, and
Hmm.
it's so weird to think about. It's so crazy.
Honestly, though, in like a weird way, so much has happened for me personally in the last like 2 years or so.
Uh-huh.
That like really good stuff as well. Like I
That's
started doing this
amazing.
professionally, I moved and all that. But at the same time,
Oh,
I'm
it's
still like,
great.
no, time hasn't passed. Nothing's
It's
happened.
very strange. Like I kind of feel like I don't know. Like in some ways, it's like I look back and I'm like, yeah, it feels like a long time ago. Like when I think back to like certain events or like certain like whatever to happen in my life, but it's like, but then at the same time, I'm like, wow, like other things, I'll be like, that just feels like it just happened. So, I don't know. It's definitely like I feel like a strange thing. Like it's like a strange feeling.
Yeah, it's kind of weird though that it's like universal as well. Like no matter if people were
Yeah.
sick or not, or they were isolating or not, like everybody has the exact same feeling. And I'm just wondering, are we
Yeah.
in a simulation? So,
I know. You gotta wonder, right? Like I kind of think the same thing sometimes because it is like, I don't
mm,
know. It's like the world's crazy. Like, and it does kind of seem like everyone kind of does feel like that. Like, I don't know. I feel like I hear so many people say the same thing, like about kind of how time has been feeling, like
mhm.
since like the whole COVID thing. So, like, I mean, I guess it's good. It seems like the world is like finally getting more normal again, but it's definitely been like a weird last couple of years, like for sure.
Yeah, no, it definitely has been. How
Yeah.
was it for you anyway? Because I only found out recently how the States works, like that
Yeah.
houses are really far away from everything. I didn't know that. I didn't know you had to
Really?
drive everywhere.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, because see, like, I guess like in the States, like it kind of depends like where you live here. Like, I'm in Connecticut, like, and that's where like I've kind of grown up and where I am right now. But when I was living in California, it's like really different. Like all the houses are really close together and it's just like a really different vibe. So I guess it just kind of depends like where you live. But here, I mean, yeah, like, well, I'm kind of like in a very like woodsy area where like even if you're going to stores, everything is kind of like a ride. But it seems like now like things are a lot more like normal in terms of like lockdown and masks and everything like that. Like all of that at this point is like pretty much over.
Mhm.
So hopefully it stays like that. I think our rates with COVID are really low now, which is good. And hopefully they just kind of keep going in that direction. But yeah, but it is crazy because, like, I'll hear of some people that are still catching it, like, even now. So it's like, it's weird. It's like, it feels like it's like mostly over, but I
Hmm.
guess like it's still out there.
Well, I guess from what I understand, I could be completely wrong, so please, people, don't
Oh,
like
you're
fight me on this.
fine.
But I'm pretty sure like the strains that are going around now are generally much weaker and less dangerous,
Yeah.
so it's more dealable with. That's not a word, but you know what
That's
I'm
how
trying to
it was for
say.
me. Like, have you caught COVID at all, or like you've
I think I've had it like
avoided
two or
it?
three times.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because, like, I had it once. I had it back in February. And
Hmm.
honestly, for me, it was like really, really not bad. Like, I see, at first, I thought there was no way I had COVID because I
Hmm.
was like, no, I feel almost normal. I had like a really sore throat, was like what it was.
Hmm.
And I would say it probably lasted like maybe like about a week. But that was like it for me. And besides like the sore throat, I would have never, I didn't even really feel sick. Like I maybe felt a little bit more tired that week, but like that was really it. Like it really wasn't bad for me at all. So it does seem like for a lot of people, like the strains haven't really been like as bad.
Hmm.
Like, I have one friend who actually like just caught it and like he's been telling me he's actually really not been feeling good. But
Oh.
I don't know, it's weird. It seems like it kind of affect like different people differently. And it does seem like at this point, like luckily a lot of people at least aren't catching like the worst strain of it. So that's
Yeah.
at least good.
Yeah, well, I think it was three times. It might have been two times. Anyway, the later time or times that I had it, it wasn't that bad, but the first
Oh,
time
good.
was awful. That's
Really?
genuinely the sickest I've ever been in my
Oh
life.
my
I thought I
gosh,
was
I'm so
dying.
sorry.
No, it was actually like
Horrible.
horrible. Like I had the worst fever that I was like in tears. Like I woke up in the middle of
Oh,
the night with the fever and just started crying because I was like, "Oh my God, I think I'm gonna die." And this is so much TMI. Like I'm
that's,
so sorry for telling you this, but
oh, you're
I had like
fine.
I had so much blood in my nose, like
Oh
constant
my
streams of blood. Like I
gosh.
kept blowing my nose. It was just blood, like
That's
nonstop.
horrible. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry you had to go through that.
But I lived, so it's
Hey, you
okay.
survived it. And
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
people have
and
been
then you
sicker,
hear
so it's okay. Hmm?
like some people like, which it sounds like luckily I don't think you dealt with this, which it's like thank God. But they say they get like long COVID, where like the
Hmm.
symptoms kind of like will keep lingering for like months.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, like that's sounds horrible. So like, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad at least it seems like people mostly now aren't catching it like to that degree.
Hmm.
And I'm glad that like at least the last few times you had it, it was like not like that first time. Cause
Hmm.
oh yeah, that sounds awful. And that's what it did seem like at first. Like, yeah, it
Hmm.
seems like at first, like everyone was saying like they felt like horrible.
Hmm.
And I guess it's so contagious. So it's like, oh,
Yeah, well, I
like,
wasn't like
it's
hospitalized or
awful.
anything. Like, I wasn't one of the worst
Good.
cases. I was definitely fine and I'm very healthy in
Okay.
general. So I was okay. It was
Good.
just the sickest I've ever been. But since then, like, the strains that are going around have gotten weaker and my immune system has gotten stronger because I'm going
Oh,
outside
good.
again. And the thing is, though,
Hey.
even like when I got COVID, I'd been vaccinated twice already. So it was like,
And
it
you
could have been
still
so
kept,
much
wow.
worse. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's good at least. Like at least like then it like yeah, like at least if you're gonna get it, I think it's better to get it like at a lower degree than get it like, like
Yeah.
full on. So I'm glad at least like the last like couple of times you had it, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Cause
No,
oh
it's
yeah, like
been
I
fine.
remember when you would like hear all these stories of people like with ventilators and
Yeah, it was so scary.
oh that sounds so awful. So yeah, I feel so bad for everyone that's like just been getting it like so horribly. And then like the death rates for a while, like so
Hmm.
sad to think about, but like it sounds like such like a crazy amount of people were actually like dying of it, which is horrible.
Yeah, no, it was
So,
really, really horrific. Like,
it's
really
so
awful.
scary. It's like and it seems like it just came out of nowhere. It's like
Were you
suddenly it just
like,
kind of like took over and like,
hmm.
oh, so sudden.
Were you freaked out during COVID? Like, were you scared to get it and like just
I
terrified
mean,
because.
I was kind of like, I don't know. Like I was kind of like when you really read some of those like really scary stories, then it does kind of like freak me out. I'm like, I definitely do not want to get that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess at the same time, I'm kind of like, like I understood totally why we had to lock down like at first because, obviously you don't want that to keep spreading. You don't want more and more people to die of it. Like, that's going to be way worse. And I think I was just kind of like staying inside for a little bit. But I guess after like so long, like, I also don't really feel like, I guess I want to live my life just kind of like staying inside like forever and just kind of, like, just like, so then, I mean, it's weird because I'd also hear of some people getting it that would say like, it's not even that bad. So I guess like I wasn't like petrified of it where I was like, oh, I'm not ever going to leave my house. I'm just going to hide like forever. But it does make me really sad, hearing just about like so many people that have been so badly affected by it. And like, just like, I don't know, I feel like so many people's lives just kind of like changed overnight. Like it's just such a weird thing. So
and the whole thing was just horrible. That's all it was.
Right.
It was just
I
horrible.
agree. Like that's kind of how I feel. I'm just like, I wish it never had to happen.
Yeah. I'm going to take it back though a bit to a nicer topic
of
you going outside. So you've been going outside.
I know, crazy, right? Like actually leaving my house.
You mentioned your TikTok earlier, and I think it was your first TikTok account. So you posted, I'm pretty sure one of your first videos was you walking, and the caption was walking.
It was walking. Yeah.
And I just want to know, are you, like, that was really funny to me. Are you being funny on purpose or did you just not know what to caption that?
No, I was basically like, not in a bad way trolling, but like, it was just kind of like a funny, like walking, like, I don't really know what to caption it, so I'll just make it like something kind of random and like funny. So it's kind of crazy. Like a lot of people, I think, like really read into that or like, why would she have captioned it walking? I was kind of like, oh guys, it's not that serious. It's just a random video of me walking.
I mean, that was what you were doing. There was no
That's what I did.
No deceit.
I walked. It's a crazy day.
I always kind of wonder, like, don't take this in a wrong way, but like you said,
no
like
worries.
the trolling, but not in a bad way. I do wonder sometimes if you do a bit of that, because sometimes like things that you caption stuff and things that you say, I'm like, she is doing this just to confuse people, right? Like just to mess with people who are going to read into it a bit much.
I mean, it depends what it is. Like a lot of them, like if I do like walking or something like that, like it's like, I would say like, I know some people are going to react like crazy. Obviously it's like, it's walking. I don't think I'm doing anything like bad because it's like, it's not like I posted something like, I guess it would be like harmful or dangerous or just like whatever. And then there's like other times that I feel like I'm not even like thinking about something like I posted like a butterfly emoji or like whatever, which at this point I kind of know like some people are going to go crazy because, it's like some of them just kind of, I think to really read into things. But it's like when I like first posted it, it's like I've just always thought butterflies were pretty. Like I don't view it in like this like I guess like controversial way really. So sometimes I kind of feel like people kind of like create a lot more out of something than like there really is like meant to be there, I guess.
Well, I kind of thought, like that's one of the examples, like the butterfly, because whenever I see it, I'm like, she's doing this just to prove a point, like that she can use whatever.
I'm just kind of like, I kind of do know like some people I think are gonna like lose their minds whenever I post the butterfly. But I'm like, sorry guys, like I'm just gonna keep posting anyway. Because to me, I'm just kind of like, it's just a butterfly, I just think it's like a pretty emoji. And I see other people post it and like nobody really cares. So it's like, I know, like I think like some of these people that really hate me are gonna go nuts when I post it. But at the same time, like I kind of feel like if they're not going to get mad about that, they're going to get mad about something else. So it's like, it's kind of whatever.
You should start posting really cryptic, like Britney Spears style captions.
I should.
That'd be so funny.
Be genius. I should do it. I think some of the some of the haters, like they might kind of lose their minds a little bit, but it would be pretty funny.
Mhm.
Like
But
Brittany,
like,
like she has like some really crazy ones on her Instagram. Not in a bad way.
yeah,
I think Brittany's great.
yeah.
But yeah, like some of them definitely makes you wonder. It's like, what does that mean?
No, I'll be sitting there like investigating it, like reading it, and I'm wondering
Yeah.
like, is she just messing with us at this point? And I'm still there,
I
like, no,
wonder
I gotta figure
sometimes
it out.
too. Yeah, because like you read some of the captions, like they'll be like not in a bad way at all, but just like really crazy stuff or like just like really random pictures. So I feel
Hmm.
like you kind of am like, like what does this mean?
You
I think
should
it's
just like put
interesting.
captions of like a load of shite, like just
I
write
think
a
you're
load
right.
of shite, like auto fill or whatever. Just keep
I
pressing it.
should. Yeah, just like do autocorrect. Like sometimes I feel like autocorrect, like it can write like some really crazy things.
Hmm.
So I think you have like a genius idea here.
Thank you.
Like sometimes I feel like I'm really bad at captions. I won't know what to caption things. I think
Hmm.
you might have just solved my problem.
I have a fantastic idea. I have the most
What is it?
beautiful idea, and you might hate this. Right? This
Oh,
isn't going to
I'm
go up
ready for it.
immediately. This is going to
Okay.
go up in like, I think about 2-ish weeks after this recording.
Oh,
So I
awesome.
think one of your pictures that you post, you should let me caption it for you. You should let me write the
I'm
caption.
down for it. Yeah, no, I feel like you'd come up with a good one. So like
We'll see how people
definitely.
react. I think it'll be
Yeah,
hilarious.
I'm down for that for sure. Like, yeah, let me know. Like, if there's like I don't know if you want me to like send you a picture in advance or like whatever works for you. If you have any ideas like for anything like specific, totally
I'm
feel free
gonna
to let me know.
brainstorm. I'm gonna think of something amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
that
we don't
sounds.
want people to think that, like, you're threatening to kill somebody, but we do
Oh
want them
yeah,
to be
no,
trying to
that we
read
don't
into
want.
something without a message, you know?
Yeah, no, I think that'd be pretty funny actually. Like, and like I know like I don't think you'd be trying to
Yeah.
make me come up as a killer or anything too crazy like that. So I like the idea. I'm totally down.
This will be funny. We
Yeah, if
can
you want to just
reconvene
like, DM
afterwards and
me or yeah, we
yes.
can definitely talk about it. That sounds awesome. I'm totally down. I
So
feel
I
like you'd come
think.
up with a good one. So I mean like
Mhm.
I'm liking this idea.
I do think, though, we can safely say some of your captions are just a little bit trolly, then. We can.
We could say that, yes.
Okay. I'm glad we've gotten
Yes,
to the
like
bottom of this very serious
yes.
question.
Not meant to be like, I feel like some people act like I'm like the devil doing that, but it's like,
Hmm.
I think you could have fun with them and just kind of troll a little bit, like not in a vindictive way, but just
Yeah.
kind of mess with people a little bit.
Well, it is kind of harmless in a way. Like, I think if
That's
I
the
was in your
thing.
position,
It's
I'd
like
do
I
the
would never
same
do like
thing.
harmful trolling, like,
Hmm.
stuff that I think it's kind of like, like what I made like way back. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like if you haven't, you probably don't want to because it's so cringe.
What
But
is
like
it?
one of my first videos, like literally was like a video of me like twerking. It was a
Oh, I
joke.
have seen it.
Okay. And it's like, obviously like that was trolling, but it's not meant to like harm anyone. It's just kind of, you know, I know it's only going to get a reaction out of people, but it's like, hey,
Hmm.
as long as it's not like harming anybody and it's not like threatening people or anything like bad, then I think it's okay to have a little bit of fun with like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, why not? There's a story of
Exactly.
Lindsay Lohan at one point. She was wearing an engagement ring just to fuck with the paparazzi. Like,
Really?
she
Oh,
wasn't
that's
engaged to
so
anybody.
funny. Oh my gosh,
So,
that's so funny. I never heard about that, but I could see why she would do that, especially like where it would seem like I feel like like there was like her and then like a couple other people that like the paparazzi would like really go after them. So it's like if she's
mhm.
gonna have to deal with them all the time, like she might as well have like a little bit of fun with it?
Yeah. No, I get it. I would do the
Yeah.
same thing. I
I
think
don't
even
blame her.
if
Yeah, same. That's pretty
I
funny
would probably
actually.
take it further as well. Like, I'd probably make
I
it
don't
so much
blame you.
worse.
Like, yeah, go crazy with it. Like, hey, if
Why
the
not?
paparazzi's gonna harass you all day anyway, it's like you might as well like try to make it fun for yourself?
Hmm.
Like,
Well,
yeah, give them something crazy to talk about.
I think, though, like, maybe not twerking, that was kind of like for the era that it was in. I don't think twerking
Yeah.
is a thing anymore, but
Oh no, I think that was like kind of like it was a trend at the time. I don't think I would do it now.
yeah, but I
Like
think
I look
like
back at that,
people
I'm
kind
like,
of enjoy that sillier
they
content for me in a
did,
way.
like even though like I definitely got a lot of like hate for it. But
Hmm.
it seemed like too there was a lot of people that's kind of like how they discovered my channel at the time and like they thought it was funny at least. So it's like, hey, it's like, at least it gives them something to like laugh at and like be entertained at, like in a good way, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, at the
And
end of
I
the
guess
day,
they,
you're an
yeah,
entertainer.
that's the thing. I mean, I guess that's kind of like what you're meant to do. And it's like, if it gets a lot more people like on your channel, then some of them actually might be nice and might end up sticking around. And I guess it just
Mhm.
kind of like, at least gets your videos more out there. Because I feel like sometimes it can be really hard if you're just kind of like new and you don't like really have an audience yet. So
Mhm.
it's like I don't really regret it. It's like I look back and it's like, yeah, it was a very cringe video.
Mhm.
But hey, for the time, it's like I don't really regret it.
That's fine. You were cringe but free. I said that to somebody else in a video the
Exactly.
other day.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
Do you do much like trolly or like silly stuff in your streams? Because you stream all the time, like constantly.
Yeah, in the streets, I do a lot of streams. I feel like my streams, I don't know, I kind of feel like a lot more of that. It's like it certainly is planned, I guess. It's like YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or things like that, where, it's kind of more like in the moment.
Hmm.
So I feel like a lot of that is just kind of me, I guess, having more of like a conversation with people.
Hmm.
But sometimes like I feel like there's definitely like things that people will kind of like think I'm doing that I'm not
Hmm.
doing. Like I think we might have talked about this like last time I was on your channel, but some of
Yeah.
like that makeup box stuff and like these crazy rumors, like that stuff is like legit me not trolling. Like that's just
Hmm.
like I don't know. It's like if I do my makeup, like see, even right now, it's like I was doing makeup earlier, so I have a bunch of makeup, like literally, like I don't know if you can see it right now, but it's like literally out. Because sometimes I literally do just kind of forget to like move it back, or I'm, maybe going out and I just kind of don't think about it. So it's like some stuff that I think people think that like is like planned. It's like definitely not. Like at least with like
Yeah.
streaming.
Yeah. Well,
So yeah, it's weird,
streaming's
but
kind of hard to plan stuff like that, I
that's
think,
the thing. Like
even
I
if
feel
you were
like
going to
with
do
that,
it.
that for me is usually just kind of more like a conversational kind of thing, and
Hmm.
like it's kind of more just like going with chat, I guess, and like seeing what happens.
Hmm.
You stream
Well,
on Twitch
how?
now too, right? Or
Yeah, I took a little bit of a break because I had
nice,
like
that's
crazy
awesome.
college stuff, but I have been trying to stream. I was doing like super active, not as much as you because I just can't do
Oh,
it. I
it's
don't
okay.
know
I
how
get
you
it.
do it.
It can be a lot sometimes. Like as much as I like doing it, like it can be stressful, I feel like at the same time. Just because like you never really know like what's gonna happen and everything's kind of like in the moment. And then
Yeah.
sometimes like it seems like, you know, you don't, it's not edited like video or like something like that. So if you say one thing that kind of comes off the wrong way, there's people that kind of like capture it. And, not that they don't have the right to do that or whatever, but I guess it can be kind of stressful sometimes, like when it's like in the moment, it's just kind of a lot, like at once, I
Hmm.
guess. Like I
Yeah.
can totally see that.
You do have like whole channels dedicated to just like clips of your Twitch
Yeah, like that's it.
streams.
Like some of them, it's like that's kind of like I guess their entire thing is just like like clipping my channel and going crazy with that. So
Do they make money off that?
yeah, I think they do. Like I'm honestly not positive because I don't know if they are monetized or not monetized.
Hmm.
But it is kind of crazy they can do that because it's all just kind of like my content.
You could make your own clips channel and then just like
Yeah, and
with
it's like guys,
ridiculous
like
titles and then just you
I can
talking about.
monetize it. It's like if someone's gonna do it and get paid for it, it's like
Yeah,
I
it's
should probably be
yours.
the one doing it, right?
Why not? I do find Twitch like I still don't know what I'm doing, which is the problem. I'm so confused all the time and like
Really? Yeah,
I'm
no,
like
I understand that. Like when I first joined when I first joined it, honestly, like I was like so like confused because I feel
mhm,
like there's just kind of a lot that like goes with it. Like, like I don't know what you use to stream, but like I use like Streamlabs OBS, and then I have like the dual monitors, and
mhm,
I feel like at least for me, it was like a lot to learn at first.
mhm. I think as well just like Twitch itself, I have trouble like I can't figure out still how
Really?
to do the about section. Like I'm like I have no idea
Oh, yeah,
what this
that's
is.
kind of that took me a little bit of like learning too, because like I feel like it's kind of like if you're new to it, there's just like so much, and there's so much to edit and so much to kind of like figure out. And a lot of that stuff at first. Like it gets easier, I feel like. Like now I feel like I can mostly use the site, like I mostly know where everything is. But I still kind of have moments where I'm like, wait, where is this setting? Or like, where is that setting? Like on Twitch. So like I understand it definitely can be overwhelming at first.
Yeah, for me as well, like because I understand YouTube and I understand how like the algorithm works on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When it comes to Twitch, I'm like, I have no idea. So I have like, I think the maximum I've ever had at once is 30 viewers. So I wouldn't even say I'm a streamer. I just
Oh,
happen to stream. So I'm
that's
like, I don't
okay
know what
though.
I'm
It's
doing.
like I like to me it sounds like you're doing pretty good at first because a lot of people they stream to like at first like no viewers at all. So
Yeah.
it sounds like you're off to like a good start. And
Thank you.
it is kind yeah, and it's hard at first. I feel like I was actually kind of like nervous to go over because I started out like streaming in you now and I didn't really know if like my viewers would go over to Twitch. I guess I was lucky that a lot of them did. But it's like it does seem like that kind of like it will be hard for a lot of people that are YouTubers or like on other platforms to kind of like get people to like go over to Twitch or kind of like to switch over. So I can definitely understand like why that's like kind of like a hard thing at first, but it sounds like we're off to a really good start though. It's like that's awesome.
Thank you. Actually, you now wanted to give me a contract a while back,
Did
like a
they? I was
streaming
in a
contract.
contract with them actually for like a long time, but then like it was kind of like, do you still stream on there at all, or now you are
I've
like
no, I had
totally?
never streamed there. They reached out to me. They were like, "We would really like you to
Oh,
stream
I
here. Can
see.
you like?"
I
Yeah.
mean, I liked it at first, like for the first couple of years I did it, it was fun. And the people that worked, they were really, really nice and it was cool and everything. But it kind of, at least like to me, like not to hate on you now or anything, but it just kind of seemed like the site was kind of starting to go a bit downhill. And like you were starting to see like so many streamers like switching over to Twitch or YouTube or just like other platforms. And they're quite a bit weird with stuff too. Like this isn't me trying to like bash them, but it is kind of strange that like whenever even I was being like paid by them, they don't tell you a percentage of the money you're getting. Whereas like Twitch is very upfront about that. Like the percentage you're getting. It's all, very like they're very honest about it. And for like years, I always thought that was normal with you now that they just kind of don't tell us. But then I'm kind of finding out it's like, wait a second, like Twitch will tell you. I'm pretty sure if you do like YouTube live, I'm pretty sure they tell you. So it is just a little bit sketchy, like how that works. And it does kind of seem like at this point they've kind of lost like a lot of streamers. Like, I haven't really checked their site in a while, but I like definitely when I was switching over, it seemed like a lot of people were starting to leave. So
Yeah, well, I never see anybody going like, "I'm streaming on you now. Come join me." It's
damn.
always Twitch.
Like I
So,
didn't even know if it was like still a thing anymore, honestly. Like, then I had some of my viewers tell me, like, yeah, it's still going, but like it's like nobody really uses it anymore. Because it does kind of seem like at this point it's like a pretty like dead platform.
that's sad.
Like it is sad because like it was like I don't want to like sound mean about it because it's like I had a lot of good times on there. I mean, it was definitely good in the moment, but I don't know. I guess it does just kind of seem like a lot of people have like switched and like it's different than it used to be in a lot of ways.
Have I ever told you like my initial beef, except it's not beef because it was just my problem with Twitch? Have I
I don't
told you
think
this?
so.
Okay, so, right, this is a very dramatic story. Not really, but
Uh-huh.
hold on. I knocked out my headphone with the drama.
Oh, no worries. Mine will sometimes just kind of fall out too. So like I get
No,
it.
I fully punched myself in the ear there. I was so
Oh
into this
no, I hope you're
conversation.
okay.
No, it's fine. Right, so there was a site called Justin.tv, and this was a
Okay,
streaming site. Yes, you
they
know it.
were the old you now, right? I think.
No, they're the old Twitch. The
Oh
old
my God.
Twitch.
Oh yeah, actually,
Yes.
I think it was like Blog TV was you now. That's so crazy.
But they used to have like 24/7 streams of movies and like
Wow.
Ancient Aliens, which I don't know if I've ever talked to you about this show, but I'm obsessed with Ancient Aliens. Like it's like my
Really? Oh
one
wow, that's
comfort in
awesome.
life. So I just watch it there and then like movies and stuff. I remember that you'd have like these funny moments because they'd be playing like action movies 24/7 and you put it on and one time I was with my dad's girlfriend. It was like 3 a.m. and the movies were
Uh-huh.
playing. And then, you know that, I don't want to sing it. You know that jokey He-Man thing of "Hey, yeah," that
Yeah.
that just came on in the middle of a movie and played the whole thing, and then the movie
No
went back to where it was
way.
just randomly, and we were in hysterics laughing.
That's
Like it
so
was so funny.
funny.
So like I
I
have
don't
so
blame
many
you
good
guys.
memories from Justin.tv, and then one day it was like Justin.tv is now Twitch and it's gaming streams, and
Oh,
I was like, fuck this site, but like Twitch,
I
seriously,
can get
I love
that.
you. Don't ban
Oh,
me.
no,
But
I can understand that because I feel like, yeah, like if you kind of have like really good memories and just like good times with like the site and then it's just kind of gone because they got bought out or
yeah,
whatever, like I
yeah,
can see why that would definitely like kind of turn you off of the platform, at least at first. So
yeah. I
like
mean,
I could get that because like that sounds so fun. It's like nowadays I feel like if that happened, you'd be like copyrighted and stuff like that.
yeah, I mean, it was
So
a different era of the internet, it was the Wild West.
yeah, like it seems like I don't know, like those days of the internet, like they were great. Like I remember even on YouTube, there used to be like full anime shows, and it was like things are so much less strict. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I get why there's copyright laws and stuff. Like, people don't
Damn.
want their whole shows uploaded, but at the same
Yeah.
time, like,
Yeah.
a lot of it was fun, and you'd have moments like that. I didn't even
Yeah.
realize at the time it was illegal.
Same.
Like,
Like when I was so young, I just kind of thought like that was the internet. It was just like how it
mhm.
worked and stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
well,
like
you would have
there were
grown
some
up in
good
the same
times.
era of internet as me. Like,
Yeah, I think so. See, I
so,
never, for some reason, I never used Justin TV that much, but I feel like I
mhm.
missed out. Like it sounds like it was
You
some good
did.
times on
You
there.
really did. Honestly, like, you should reevaluate your life.
I
So,
think I should. I honestly think like, yeah, it's like I messed everything up. Like, if only I could just go back in time. It's like it's so
yeah.
sad,
Honestly, I
you
am
know?
curious. Like so we would have grown up with the same internet. Like, what
Yeah,
stuff did you end up consuming? Because when I talk to people about this, like they would have like either been on like deep into conspiracy theories, or they would have been on like purely just like stupid games, like flash games
really.
online, or like
Oh,
weird
nice.
sections of YouTube. So what was your like thing?
So like I was really into, I don't know if you know like Neopets at all, but I
I've
was
heard of
like,
it. Yeah.
okay, I was like addicted to that site. It was like really fun. Like you could have like all these cute little pets and like there was lots of games on it. There were like message boards. Like it was actually really fun and cute. So I would be on Neopets like almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like this other site. It was called, I don't know if you know ever heard of like Gaia Online. And it was really cool. It was kind of like they were kind of like anime looking avatars.
Oh,
And
cute.
yeah, it was kind of like Neopets. Like you could dress up your like avatar and there was like chat rooms and it was actually super fun. And then like there was a lot I feel like I probably should have been on that I wasn't. Like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of stuff I missed too. Cause like were you in like MySpace at all?
I was kind of, but I never really got
Nice.
social media. So,
See, okay, I was like the same way, kind of. So like, I feel like now if that was out, I'm like, it seems so much forward to Facebook. Like, I probably would have loved it, but
yeah.
when I was younger, I guess I just like never like really was that involved in it.
I'm gonna take you back though. What was the comment of like stuff that you shouldn't have been on? What's that?
Oh, stuff I shouldn't have been on.
Yeah, you just said you were on stuff you shouldn't have been on. What is that in reference to?
Oh, sorry. I think what I meant to say was that like I probably should have been on some sites that like I wasn't
Okay.
on.
I
Like I feel like
gotcha.
there was probably some stuff that I probably missed out on, sadly. But
Mm-hmm.
Neopets, I was like super into that. And then I had like Gaia, and then I would watch like old YouTube too.
Mm-hmm.
So I would watch like yeah, like I used to watch like there's like this show called Tokyo Mew Mew. It was kind of like
Mm-hmm.
magical girls, kind of like Sailor Moon, but like they were like animal girls kind of. So
Yeah.
it was like similar but different. And I watched like the entire anime on there. Like it was just so different back then. Like YouTube was such a different world that I feel like it kind of became. So
I feel like you had a
yeah.
much more wholesome experience of the internet than I did.
How was yours?
Oh god, well like now I'm like, okay, yours was all lovely. I kind of assume most people, at least people that do YouTube, had like a similar thing, but like
Uh-huh.
obviously I watched YouTube like old school YouTubers. I fully watch Shane
Nice.
Dawson all the time and
Yeah,
like
I
pay
did
as for
too, even
it.
back then.
Yeah, but besides that, like I
Same.
would get involved with these like super crazy conspiracy theories. Like there was one I remember so vividly. Like I was watching all these videos about how Walt Disney is like a Freemason and like all the
Oh
Disney
my God, I
films
think I've
have
heard
like
of
this
that
coded
stuff.
stuff.
Like the
I remember
Illuminati
one
things
like
and like,
yeah, there was
yeah,
one
those
that
are
was like if you play this
crazy.
song backwards and I can't find it, but it was like it was literally like Hail Satan backwards and I was like,
Oh, I
"Oh
think I've
my
seen some of
god."
those. Yeah, those
Yeah,
are crazy.
like
And they're so addicting. Like once you kind of like,
yeah.
I feel like watch one, there's like all these other recommended ones to you, and like you really
Yeah.
fall down that kind of like conspiracy hole on YouTube. And it's interesting. It's like great. It's some of it's like, wow, it's like it's pretty convincing. And like it's so crazy.
Yeah, and especially with
But
my
yeah.
young mind. But there was also like at the time there was a lot of like gore going around and that kind of stuff. And like I don't know if you saw any of
Yeah.
that, but like me and my friends
Sometimes
definitely
I would
did.
kind of like accidentally, I feel like come across that stuff online.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that stuff like could be a little bit disturbing. It's like,
Yeah, just a wee bit. Like just a little bit like why is this happening? Like it was such a different time. Anything
exactly.
went.
It
It was
was like
so
I feel like the
crazy.
whole internet back then, it was like such a different world. It's like two different things now.
Like I get nostalgic for it, but at the same time it was probably terrible. Like everything loaded slowly
Yeah.
and it was full of gore and hacking. So
Yeah, like the hacking, like there was one time like too, like I was also like really into Bratz. So I would just go on like Bratz fan sites and stuff. And it told me on one of these sites, because I'm guessing they probably didn't pay a lot for the website because there's just like some fan. And it literally told me I had to like download a program to like use the site. And I thought it
Mhm.
was legit. I didn't get that it was like not even the person with the website like putting it on my computer. And then I
Mhm.
installed it and it put like a zillion ads on my computer.
Oh
Then
god.
one day I clicked on one and I broke like the entire thing. It was
Oh
so
no.
bad. Yeah, and some of those were bad. Like some of them would be like these like weird like porn ads or something.
Oh
And I would
no.
always just like close them out because like I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to like see that stuff.
Mhm.
But it would just like keep putting like all this weird stuff on my computer. And I had no idea why. I thought I was just like getting advertisements, but
Oh
yeah,
god.
like definitely it's like even though I feel like there's a lot of good memories with like kind of like the old school internet, it's like it also was in a lot of ways definitely like a pretty crazy place.
Yeah. I mean, were you
You're
really a
definitely right.
2000s kid if you didn't infect your computer with a virus? Like it's like
Yeah, I mean I think we've all done it, right?
absolutely.
Yeah,
I
and like
know.
we're little kids, we don't know any better.
Yeah, I think I was like, because
Happens.
I was 8 or 9 when we got the internet, and like the first thing I did was like get a
Okay,
virus.
I
So
was about
like,
like 10, I think. So like yeah, I was like I don't know. It just seemed like it was, I spent so much time in it back then, and
hmm
it was like it was this crazy stuff on it. So I feel
yeah,
like it's kind of pretty easy to end up on those kind of sites or like end up like literally breaking your computer back then.
hmm
Like without even really needing to, but you just kind of end up in those places on the internet and it's like that's what
hmm
happens.
you
Crazy.
kids today, you don't know.
Oh, they don't know what it was like. Like now they just have all their like social media apps. It's like
Yeah.
so different.
We sound ancient, by the way. I hope you
We
know that
do.
we
I know. It's like,
wasn't even that long
uh,
ago, really.
it wasn't. Like, it's so crazy how fast things have changed, kind of.
Yeah, it's the same with everything, and it's just bizarre, and it hurts
Yeah.
my brain, and
Me
I
too,
start to
sometimes.
feel
Like,
myself fading away into old age if I think
I
about it
get
too
it. It's
much.
like sometimes it feels like, I don't know, like, so hard to kind of even like keep up with everything. It's like it's all just like changing so fast.
I mean, I think you're doing a good job, at least career-wise, like keeping
Thank
up with like
you.
TikTok and Twitch and
And
doing all
I
the stuff.
try. It's like, I try to, I guess, like be on as many platforms like I can. TikTok, I kind of wish like I would have a bit of an easier time since like
Yeah.
some of these people want to keep like reporting me, but at least it seems like with my newer account, I've been having pretty good luck. So
Mhm.
hopefully, I didn't have anything I had to appeal the last couple of days, so that's been nice.
That's very
Hopefully they'll
nice.
stay in that direction.
Are you on Be Real yet?
Be real.
Be Real.
Actually, so funny you mentioned that because I think I just read like something about that site, but I don't really know anything about it yet.
It's kind of new anyway. It's like a thing where you take a picture, but it takes it with both cameras, like the back and the
Oh,
front.
interesting.
Yeah, and you only have like 2
Wow.
minutes to post, and you can't see other people's posts unless you've
Oh, that's
posted.
crazy.
So, yeah, you
Because
can't
I
do
thought I might
filters
have
or
heard
anything.
something like Instagram was kind of
Mhm.
like putting in a feature that was like kind of similar to it, or they're considering doing it. They're like testing it out. So then I
Mhm.
was like, let's be real. Like, is this like another new thing? So that's
Mhm.
so crazy. I actually just heard about that today, but that's like, yeah, I didn't really know how it worked or anything. So sounds
Well, it's fun.
interesting.
No, it is
I'll have
fun.
to
It's
check it
just like
out.
lighthearted. Do I think you might like it?
Yeah, I'll have to download it.
One of the final things that I want to ask you before I let you go, because as I've done with every single one of these, I haven't realized how long we've been recording for, and I've kept you
Oh,
for
no
far too long.
worries.
But I generally just want to ask, like, what you're planning to do going forward, channel-wise, Twitch-wise. Are you going to be doing more
That's a good
vlogs?
question. Yeah, like, and I guess like sometimes people ask me like, where are you going to be in 5 years, like this or that, and I feel like I'll be so bad at like answering. I'm just like, sometimes I guess I'm just kind of like living in the moment and just kind of seeing what happens. But yeah, I definitely want to like keep making more videos, and I think I'll always kind of do like the fashion ones, like outfits and makeup and things like that, because that's always been like what I've always been really into that stuff. But yeah, I also definitely want to keep doing like more vlogs and doing like different types of content too, because it seems like people do enjoy that stuff. And it's been fun kind of doing something kind of different. And, I think just not always doing like the same thing, because I think that can get kind of boring in a way.
Mhm.
And yeah, I definitely want to like just, keep doing Twitch streams and hopefully post more TikToks, as long as things like keep hopefully going okay with my accounts. And yeah, I guess just like keep posting and keep like making content for people and stuff. And yeah,
And music career when? When are you coming out with your album?
that it definitely have to soon. Like I'm thinking I need to like, do lots of different styles of music. Like I can be like a screamo person. I can be like,
That
a
would be
rapper,
iconic.
right? Like it would
Oh
be
my
great.
god. That would be so,
So
so good.
soon. Gonna put out my
Wait,
mixtape for everybody.
do you sing? Have you ever sung on anything
Not
ever?
really. I'm always like, oh, I don't really want to like embarrass myself.
Well, now's
So
the time. Well, if you do
now's the
screamo, I
time.
mean, like it's difficult,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
think
not
that's what I
singing.
gotta do. I did like a couple years ago, I did like a Justin Bieber screamo. So I
Wait,
think
is that available on YouTube somewhere?
yeah, it is. It's like it was like kind of viralish for a while. It was actually really crazy. Like I think it was like I'm pretty sure it was America's Got Talent. Like they like reached out to me, and I think they wanted me to go on as one of those like joke kind of people,
Yeah.
which I didn't end up going on, because I was like, oh, well, if it's like a YouTube video, then people can still be like, okay, maybe she's joking. But if I go
Hmm.
on there, they're gonna like legit think I'm crazy. Like,
Oh god.
so I didn't end up going on, but it was nice of them to reach out though, I guess.
I can't believe I
So,
don't know about this. I'm gonna have to go watch it
oh yeah, I'll
immediately.
warn you, it's a pretty cringe video, but it's out there.
That's okay. I think I can handle it. It's fine.
I hope
Don't
you
worry.
like it. I hope it like changes your life forever
I'm sure it will, and it'll
in the
prepare me
best
for
way
your
possible.
album.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be ready. It'll be like, the best mixtape. Like, I'll have to like put out an entire album of it. It'll be great.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for doing this today. This
Oh,
was
of
really fun.
course. Thank you so much for having me on today. It was super fun.
Thank you for watching the very first episode of Skovcast. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to like, leave a comment, and share it around. And you can also subscribe and turn on all notifications to keep up to date with new videos. And of course, today's episode will also be available on Spotify and anywhere else you listen to podcasts, so feel free to follow those pages too. And finally, I just want to ask that you follow the Skovcast TikTok page, and you can also follow me on social media at VangelinaSkov everywhere. Plus, there is also a Patreon and YouTube memberships. You can find those linked in the description. Have a wonderful day.